Hello everyone. As you know that I am doing state public service commissions previous year questions from polity and governance. The last class we have deal some portions like you can say some chapter or few chapters from the book. Today we are going to deal some new topic which is Constituent Assembly and making of the Constitution. So the question related to this we'll see from this lecture onwards, and we'll cover last 30 year questions. Okay, if you are new in this channel, please watch the previous questions as well. Previous lectures as well, because I already completed more than 100 questions. Okay, so let's see today's question is about myself. Okay, the India of preamble has been borrowed in Indian Constitution from the Constitution of Italy, France, Canada, France and USA. Okay, so they are asking about the preamble. Preamble किस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से बोरो किया गया है? So अब जैसे आप यूएस का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन देखोगे तो उसमें पहले प्रियम्बल दिया हुआ है, तो उसको देखते हुए हमारे जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर थे उन्होंने भी सोचा कि वी विल आल्सो हैव अ प्रियम्बल. ओके, सो इट इज़ फ्रॉम यूएसए. द इंडिया ऑफ प्रियम्बल was borrowed from the constitution of United States, whereas the language of the preamble was borrowed from the constitution of Australia. Next, the concept of a union of state in the Indian constitution has been derived from. ठीक है, union of state जो टर्म है वो कहाँ से borrow हुआ है? Derived from the American Declaration of Independence, the Australian Constitution, the British North India और American Act, the Swiss Constitution. देखिए अब ये सब थोड़े से टिपिकल टाइप के क्वेश्चन हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये सब क्वेश्चन आपको याद रखना होगा. ओके, अब ये हमारा जो है यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट, इट इज़ डराइव फ्रॉम द ब्रिटिश नॉर्थ एंड अमेरिकन एक्ट. ओके, सो आंसर इज सी. विल रीड हियर द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अ यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट in the Indian Constitution has been derived from the British North American Act of 1867. According to Article 1 Clause 1 of Indian Constitution, ठीक है, हमारे एकदम जो पहला आर्टिकल उसकी क्लॉज 1 में दिया हुआ है, इंडिया दैट इज भारत शैल बी ए यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट. ठीक है, पहला ही स्टेटमेंट दिया हुआ है आर्टिकल 1 में. अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली डिबेट volume 6, the drafting committee considered that following the language of British North America Act 1867, it would not be appropriate to describe India a union, although its constitution may be federal in structure. Okay, so the answer is C. Next, in Indian political system, which one is supreme? Supreme Court, the Constitution, the Parliament, the religion. Okay, religion. I think you can answer this question very easily. It is actually Constitution. हमारा Constitution supreme है. Supreme Court supreme नहीं है, वो भी Constitution से ही निकल के आता है. So the Constitution is supreme. So the answer is B. The Constitution is supreme in India, Indian political system. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. It lays down the framework defining fundamental political principles, establishes the structure, procedure, powers and duties of government institution and set out fundamental rights, directive principle and the duties of citizens. ठीक है, मतलब वही लॉज के बारे में बता रहा है कि these are the things which is given in the Constitution. So the answer is B. Next, the concept of judicial review in India has been adopted from the Constitution of UK USA, USSR, ऑस्ट्रेलिया। जो हमारा जुडिशियल रिव्यू जो लिया गया इट इज़ फ्रॉम USA, ठीक है। सो द आंसर इज बी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, okay, this is assertion decision question. Okay, let's see here. The scope of judicial review is okay, is not the next question, like, yeah. The scope of judicial review is limited in India. Okay, the Indian constitution has been borrowed item. देखिए ये जो दोनों स्टेटमेंट है सेपरेट सेपरेट, दिस इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, दिस इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, बट this is nothing related to borrowing, is not explaining the scope of judicial review, so the answer is B. Okay, you can read the explanation here, is not required. Okay, next question. The feature of federal system of Indian constitution is inspired by the constitution of, okay, so federal system, they are asking federal system from which constitution it is inspired. Canada, UK, USA, Ireland. So see, this federal system is inspired from Canada. Okay, the Constitution of India is federal in nature. The concept of federal system in our constitution is inspired from the Constitution of Canada. So the answer is A. Next, the Indian federalism is based on the pattern of which country? Okay, so Indian federalism, they are asking USA, Canada, Australia, Germany. See, this question is repeated question. The question which was the previous question is the same question. Okay, in the same exam UPPCS, that question asked, and again this has been asked. Okay, so obviously the Indian federalism is based on Canadian constitution. Okay, fine. Next question. The Indian parliamentary system is different from the British parliamentary system in that India has both a real and nominal executive, a system of collective responsibility, bicameralism, a system of judicial review. Okay, इसमें Indian parliamentary system is different from British parliamentary. I think both India and British both has parliamentary system, but in which context they are different. Okay, so judicial review. Okay, in British there is no judicial review kind of thing, but in Indian parliamentary system there is a judicial review as well. Okay, which is borrowed from the USA constitution. So the answer is D. Okay, in British there is no judicial review. The Constitution of India adopted the process of judicial review from the US Constitution, which is not applicable in British parliamentary system, while the rest of the option is applicable for both the parliamentary system. Okay, ये छोड़ के बाकी तीनों जो होता है it is lying in parliamentary system. Okay, in British. Okay. Next, the system of judicial review exists in India only, USA only, India, US, UK only. Okay, again you can see in UPPCS this question asked many times. So the answer is judicial review is lying in India and USA. So the answer is C. Next question. Which of the following characteristics is common between the federal system of India and America? Single citizenship, three lists in constitution, dual judicial system, federal Supreme Court for the interpretation of the constitution. Okay, so again here also the judicial review, actually they are asking federal system. The characteristics is common between the federal system and the Indian constitution is a federal Supreme Court. Okay, we have Supreme Court for interpretation of constitution. Okay, So let's say if Parliament is passing any law, okay, so the Supreme Court has to uh, check their legality, whether it is applicable or not. Okay, so if it is like unconstitutional, uh, so they can say, in many cases you have seen where they have a Supreme Court came and they said this law is unconstitutional, is not constitutional. Okay, something like that, or I can say the unconstitutional. The characteristics of federal court for interpretation of constitution is common in both Indian and American federal system. While in the United States there is one judicial system at the union level and other at the state level. इंडिया में भी है, हाई कोर्ट्स हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, उसी तरीके से वहाँ पे भी है उनका एट यूनियन लेवल देयर इज सुप्रीम कोर्ट, बट एट द स्टेट लेवल दे हैव आल्सो स्टेट कोर्ट्स. देयर इज एब्सेंस ऑफ 3 लिस्ट ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. ठीक है, हमारे पास यूनियन लिस्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट एंड कंकरेंट लिस्ट है. ओके, बट इन यूएसए देयर इज नथिंग काइंड ऑफ 3 list. The Indian Constitution provides single citizenship, whereas US Constitution provide dual citizenship. देखिए, जैसे इंडिया में जो हमारा जो सिटीजनशिप, इट्स अ सिंगल सिटीजनशिप. लाइक कोई अगर यूपी का है या फिर बिहार का है तो वो ऐसा नहीं बोलेगा कि आई एम द सिटीजन ऑफ यूपी और आई एम द सिटीजन ऑफ बिहार. ही और सी विल बी द सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया ओनली, irrespective of which state you belong. बट यूएस में ऐसा नहीं. यूएस में अगर कोई बंदा कैलिफोर्निया का है, सो ही इज़ अ सिटीजन ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया एज वेल एज ही इज़ अ सिटीजन ऑफ यूएसए. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट इज द डुअल सिटीजनशिप. अब जैसे मान लो कि वो अगर मान लेते हैं कि मैं मान लो एमपी का हूँ और अगर मैं यूपी में जा रहा हूँ तो मेरा आधार कार्ड वही रहेगा, पैन कार्ड वही रहेगा, सारी मेरा जो जितनी आइडेंटिटी एवरीथिंग विल बी सेम. बट यूएस में ऐसा नहीं. कोई बंदा अगर कनाडा टेक्सास में रहता है और वो कैलिफोर्निया शिफ्ट हो रहा है तो उसको अपना सब कुछ, ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस, आधार, पैन कार्ड, जो भी चीज़ सब कुछ वहाँ के लॉ के हिसाब से फिर बनाना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो दीज आर द सम ऑफ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द सिटीजनशिप लॉ बिटवीन द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड यूएसए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. ओके.